muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
All right, all right. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling incredible this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration expert, a self-esteem development fanatic, starting with my own. Many say that I'm a mindset, uh, you know, uh, they say expert, but listen to me. I'm just like you. I think the only difference between me and a lot of people I know is that I have kind of like an insane obsession with consistency, with learning new things, with making sure that every day I'm getting 1% better. I'm so devoted to this that we started an academy that's built around that exact concept. It's called the Kaizen Academy. And maybe some of you heard of it, maybe some of you haven't. Yeah, welcome YouTube. Welcome LinkedIn. Welcome Facebook. Let's get it. Yeah. Good morning, Vietnam voice, David Ruffin. You know what I mean? So check it out. Please like this broadcast. If you're watching the replay, give me a replay, gang. I love to see who exactly is going back studying, who's going back adding on little bits to their philosophy so that they can get better and better every single day, better and better every single week, every single month, every single year. Our goal is to keep on improving. Can I get a witness? So please like this broadcast. Please share. Please turn on your notifications. I think right there in the corner are these 3 little buttons you can push, and it allows you to turn on your notifications so that you instantly know when we go live. And, I believe that, at least 3 or 4 times a week, we're going to give you some kind of content that is going to help you improve your life, whether it's personal, whether it's emotional, whether it's financial, whether it's career-wise. We're going to give you some mindset, some skill set, or some heart set that lets you go further, faster with less effort. So let's get this party started. I'm going to go ahead and kill the suspense. How many of you watch the news? Who watches the news? Who watches the local news? 30 to 60 minutes a day. They always lead with some scintillating story. There was a shootout at some gas station. Some old lady's door got kicked in. It's 30 to 60 minutes of the most useless information in 100% problem format. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Who in here has a family member that watches the news? Because I know all y'all going to be like, not me. I'm perfect. You know what I mean? But who has a family member in your house that's constantly watching the news? They addicted to it. Check it out. Somebody write this in the comments. If it bleeds, it leads. If it bleeds, it leads. Yeah, Mimi in the house. What up? Yeah, Ali Goins in the house. Let's go, Kim. Come on now. Somebody give it to me. If it bleeds, it leads. If it bleeds, it needs. Right. Yeah, Marilyn in the house. What's up? Man, listen to me. It's like it ain't even news. They need to say the full thing. They need to say bad news. Exactly. A lot of times it's some of our parents. It's our relatives. We get addicted to this stuff. But here's my question for you this morning. How do you think that affects your sales if you're watching the news every day and it's presented in 100% problem format? Nobody cares that Lil Kenyatta got all A's on his report card. Nobody cares that, Lil Wanique just now got another Girl Scout badge. Nobody cares, right? Because good news doesn't sell. Therefore, they leave that part out. And what they do instead is they give you a bunch of distorted, negative information about 2 to 3% of the people, right? And what it does, it affects the views of 100% of the people that are watching it. Can you dig that? I put out this quote through Dear Millionaire. I don't know how many of you are subscribed to Dear Millionaire, but if you're not on the text message list, at least join the newsletter. Go do that right now. Open up another window on your computer and go and put your name and your email in the box for the newsletter. Every week, it takes about 7 minutes to read that whole newsletter. And I guarantee you that you're going to leave the newsletter feeling better. You're going to leave the newsletter feeling more powerful. You're going to leave that newsletter feel them more valuable. We procure the information and curate the information in such a way that there's no way you can go through it and still feel the same, or feel worse about yourself, or feel worse about your community, worse about the future, worse about the potential of the people around you. It's designed so that it grows your mindset, it grows your skill set, it grows your heart set. Because this is what I want you to remember. I'm not saying don't watch business news. I'm not saying don't absorb observations that you can monetize later on. That's not what we're saying. I'm not saying don't even look for problems, because as an entrepreneur, your whole job is to solve problems. My question is, what does watching the local news have to do with selling? Nothing. Negative nothing. Selling is solution based, y'all. You hear me? The local news is problem based. If you watch an hour a day of problems every day for years, you know what you're going to do? You're going to become problem oriented. You're going to become problem oriented. Can I get a witness? Anybody know somebody like that? That's constantly watching this crap. And then you drag that crap to the people around you. Now you negatively affect other people with these pukey stories. I used to be around somebody like that, where constantly all they wanted to do was talk about how the world is about to end, how, something is going on in Beirut, or something is going on in Russia or Ukraine, or something is going on in the White House is somehow going to affect our life. And listen, it never happens. It never happens. Even when our last president was in office, a lot of us, I'll go ahead and be transparent. I got a kick out of watching the news just because it became like a big circus. It was just like going to the actual circus, except you didn't have to buy tickets. All you had to do was Google this fool name, and something entertaining was going to happen. Anybody else feel like me? Was anybody else entertained by the news constantly when we had that last president in office? You got to admit, it was pretty addictive. It was pretty addictive. Hey, did you hear what happened to blank on the news? Right? Hey, did you hear that the world is we're about to be in nuclear war? Me and this, sometimes you challenge the people on it and you say, so when did you say we were going to war by? Because it's that month and nothing happened. That month came and gone, and that whole big, monologue turned out to be completely worthless, right? Because what it does is it begins to tilt your attitude. It begins to tilt your mindset. The news is a contagious kind of sickness. You get it by watching, and then you infect other people by telling them about it. Do you think that the local news and that the bad news, CNN, Crisis News Network, or I always talk about how Fox is like a 3 6s, F is the 6th letter, O is the 15th letter, X is the 24th letter. That's 666, I could be reaching, but it's like something's going on here, right? And I know what you're saying. You're saying, hey, well, Zeke, the news is the most popular television show in existence, right? It's the most popular show on TV. And it's popular because most of the people that are watching it lack focus. Most of the people that are watching lack direction. Most of the people that are watching are miserable, and they're looking for something, anything that can make them feel a little bit better because they're more miserable than they are. It's the same reason that people watch reality TV, because reality TV allows you to feel better about your life without having to change anything. So you go on there and you judge these people whose lives look so, fancy and tantalizing, and then you watch it and they're so wretched. You're like, dang, you know what I mean? I knew all them rich people was miserable, et cetera, and so forth, which is lies. They're playing with your head so that you feel okay being poor. If you need to know the weather, go outside. Go on your phone and pull up a weather app. It's going to be a lot more accurate than the weather lady anyway. Am I right? millionaires. And if you think you got to watch the local news to be able to keep up, if you think you got to watch that crap every day, I got a question for you. What happened last Tuesday? What happened last Tuesday on the news? What happened yesterday? It's the same crap, different day. What I want you to do is stop considering the local news worthy of your time. And check this out, Mimi. Not only is reality TV fake news, but would you believe that the regular news is fake news? Not to sound like Traffic Cone, but what I'm saying is that not to sound like Orange Man, but there's this book. I don't know if anybody's done with their last book and they need something new to read. Read this book. Trust Me, I'm Lying. It's a book called Trust Me, I'm Lying. I think it's by Ryan Holiday. Can somebody go Google that for me real quick? It's called Trust Me, I'm Lying. Trust Me, I'm Lying. And Confessions of a Media Manipulator, something like that. Trust Me, I'm Lying. Check this out. Do you know the only thing on the news that ain't paid propaganda is the sports and the weather? Everything else is paid for. Everything else is fake. You know, and this is why many people compare the Traffic Cone that we used to have in office. They compare him a lot of times to a cult leader, because what cult leaders do is they mix in truth with fiction. So when he would say things like, hey, the news is fake and whatnot, that would resonate with so many people because it's true. And they'd be like, dang, he has a point. Now, the problem is the stuff he was saying was fake ain't necessarily fake. But that's a whole other training. And matter of fact, I did a whole training on the 5 sort of adages of running a cult that the guy would follow to the T, you know. So you can find that on Millionaire Minded TV. But how many of you can look in the mirror and say, I'm successful? Yeah. It's called Trust Me, I'm Lying. Yeah, Trust Me, I'm Lying. Google that. Google that book right there. It's insane, you know. But here's the point of this whole training this morning. How many of us can look in the mirror and say, I'm successful today because I watched the local news, right? Now, the same thing goes for The Office and Seinfeld and Cheers and whatever your favorite sitcom is. Same thing goes for real divorced housewives of LA who now live in Orange County. You know what I mean? It's like all this stuff is crap. But I'm just trying to give you a wake-up call, right? If you've been watching the news for just a half hour a day, do you know that is 7.5 full 24-hour days that you spent watching TV in the last year? Do you know that? In 5 years, that's 38 full 24-hour days. Think about that. That's 114, if my math is correct, 8-hour days. Do you get what I'm saying to you? If you're looking at 40-hour work weeks, millionaires, that's 23 weeks every 5 years that you put into just literally wasting your time. And that's only if you watch the 6 p.m. crap. If you tune in for more of the crap at 11, because, you know, they always say news at 11, they interrupt whatever, right? Imagine the possibilities if you diverted that energy. Imagine the possibilities if you put that in a positive direction. Imagine what you could do at that time. If you put it to productive use, imagine what your business would look like. Imagine what your bank account would look like. And I ain't even going to tell y'all what it is over 10 years. I ain't even going to tell y'all what it is over 15 years. And if y'all go to my You Can't Be Woke and Broke Instagram page, which I really got to start posting on again, but I just haven't been doing it for whatever reason. Oh, what it is they shadow banned me. That's what happened. They shadow banned me, so it got way less fun. But I've got like a video up on that page that talks about, it shows you all the different news networks all around the country literally saying the same thing. So one person will start the sentence, the next one will continue the sentence, and it keeps on going. And it's mind-blowing. It gives you chill bumps. And the reason that I posted that is to let you know that when they say television programming, they aren't just saying the way they program the TV station with the shows. Television is programming you. So here are 4 solutions. Yeah, that's it, Will. Appreciate that, King. Trust Me, I'm Lying by Ryan Holiday. Trust Me, I'm Lying by Ryan Holiday. It's a mind-blowing exploration. Really fun read. This is the guy that used to direct the marketing for American Apparel, stuff like that. If y'all remember those ads, he's really gifted at what he does. So Trust Me, I'm Lying by Ryan Holiday. So here are 4 solution-based, home-based uses of your time. These are things that you can do instead of watch the news. Everybody ready? So the first one is obviously read. Not just books like Trust Me, I'm Lying, but what about trade journals, right? When is the last time that you picked up you say you got this niche, all you want to do is talk to this group of people. This group of people right here is your ideal client. This industry right here is what you want to focus on. How many of their trade journals do you subscribe to? How many of their trade journals do you even know about? Do you even know what kind of magazines and websites and blogs focus on your industry? Well, listen, that's something that you could look into. What about self-development type of books? Think and Grow Rich. You know, I always say it's not who reads the most books the best. It's about who reads the best books the most. You know what I mean? So when is the last time you reread Think and Grow Rich? Or How to Win Friends and Influence People? Or The Richest Man in Babylon? Or The Greatest Salesman in the World? Or you know, The Slight Edge. I could go on and on and on. You know, Law of Success in 16 Lessons. I mean, how many of these books have you reread lately? I dare you. What about business journals? What about annual reports? What about brochures that come from your biggest clients' companies? I dare you, right? What about reading something funny? Because laughter is medicine. That'll get you feeling good. That'll help your attitude. That's the opposite of being depressed. Laughter. When's the last time you read something funny, right? What about books about the latest trends? All I'm saying is you can read, you can study. So that's the first one. You can read. Here's number 2. You can listen. You can pull up Millionaire Minded TV, you know, put it on your playlist and just run through them every morning. These little 15 to 20-minute trainings every morning. Quick little vitamin that you can use while you're doing the dishes or preparing dinner, et cetera, so forth. And it's going to feed your brain something. All we looking for is aha moments. Who knows what kind of idea will be sparked by what kind of information? But not just Millionaire Minded TV. What about all these personal development podcasts? What about all these audio books? You know, Will Smith just put out a book that is phenomenal. You know, everybody talks about it. It's on my list. I'm about to get to that thing. It's called Will. There's another one by 50 Cent called Hustle Hard, Hustle Smarter or something like that. It's incredible. 50 Cent also has a book called The 50th Law that he wrote with Robert Greene. I know I'm going in, but even if you don't want to go to the library, even if you don't have time to read, a lot of these books are right there on YouTube. So I dare you have a catalog of thousands of hours of profound, impactful information that you can pour this 30 minutes a day into instead of reading. You can make a rule in your house, like no more news. Here's what we're going to do because if you want to find out what's happening in the world, all you got to do is call one of your friends because they're watching the news. All you got to do is go to work and ask one of your coworkers because they're watching that crap and they'll catch you up. Here's the third thing you can do at the time. Everybody with me still? Here's the third thing. You can mastermind. Somebody say, I need to form a mastermind and then share this training with 5 people that you would love to have as an accountability partner right now. Share this training with 5 people that you would love to have as an accountability partner right now if you're down with the mastermind. Say, I need to start a mastermind. You know, if anybody's interested, I'm about to start a mastermind group that's just about working. You know, I'm going to call it Office Hours. And I'm going to put together, you know, a bunch of people who are, you know, working with me and studying with us. You know, and we're going to put it together. But you ain't got to be in mine. You know, what can you do to attract smart friends? What can you do to attract smart associates to your house once a week or to your Zoom once a week? And you guys are going to create new ideas. You guys are going to create new action plans. I'm here today because of a mastermind group that me and one of my friends put together. And that connection led to this connection that led to me meeting my business partner and one of my best friends, but it all started with this mastermind group that we created in our free time, So I dare you put, I need a mastermind group, and then share this with 5 different people. Yeah, share this with 5 different people. And just so everybody knows, when I go through, I can show love when you share it, because it always says this person shared by your name. So, share it with somebody. Yeah, Miss Russell, share it with somebody. Yeah, share it with somebody. Let's get it. Here's the 4th one: compute. Calculate. That's number 4 I got for you. This includes writing. This includes planning. This includes learning. This includes Googling. What I'm saying is, you can use that 30 minutes to explore some of the stuff we talked about. You can take some time and look up one of those YouTube videos I ran through. Mrs. Goins just now put a heck of a list. These are a bunch of people that you should add to your list, John C. Maxwell, Simon Sinek, Forbes, Robin Sharma. There's a bunch of them, y'all. So I hope this was helpful. Next time you say, I don't have enough time, I dare you to substitute for that phrase. I dare you to substitute that phrase with, instead of saying, I don't have enough time, I don't choose to spend my time in that manner. I don't choose to spend my time in that way, because that's closer to the truth. You got the time, right? You just ain't investing your time in the most important person in the world, which is you. And if you devoted that time to learning that you currently use watching, you could be an international expert on anything this time next year. I dare you type that in the comments if you believe it. If I take that time and invest it in learning, I could be an expert on anything in 1 year. You guys hear me tell that story sometimes. It's a heck of a story to even tell your prospects, because some of them don't think they can get good at what it is you do. But all we asking for is an hour a day. An hour a day after 2 years, you can learn a new language. You can learn a new instrument. You can play the violin, right? You could play piano. You could be dog nice at the trumpet a year from today, 2 years from today, if you would just invest an hour. Don't mess around and invest 2 hours, because you also got that time you drive to work and then drive back home. All I'm trying to do is give you some ideas. Check it out. When I need information to guide me for tomorrow, I read for 15 minutes every morning or 30 minutes every morning. Norman Vincent Peale, Dale Carnegie, there's a bunch of these new guys that we already talked about: Simon Sinek, Brendan Burchard, Dan Kennedy, I could go on and on. Russell Brunson. I mean, there's a whole new guard that studies the old guard. You hear me? So when I do this, I feel like it's good news. And I feel like it's good news all about me. Y'all know that's all gospel means, right? Y'all know that's all gospel means. Gospel means good news, right? Gospel means good news, right? Oh, I'm humbled by that. I'm humbled by that, Mr. Ruffin. Yeah, Miss Deborah, we're going to put it together. So, I've got a whole training on some of the best books that I've ever read. So if anybody wants that, reach out to me and I'll send you some good books to check out. But check it out. Reading is like good news about you. So I encourage you to do it. It's affirmation time. Speaking of good news about you, let's get it. Repeat after me, millionaires, and say it like you mean it. Like you got to take your cool off. A lot of y'all, that's when they get weird. Okay, Zeke, I was with you. Let me ask you a question. Why don't you use the information all the time that you want to use? What is it? It's your self-image. We always say you have to expand your mind to match your goals, or your goals will start to shrink to match your mind. Well, how do you expand your mind? How do you build your self-image? 2 things: affirmation and habits. And that's why we do affirmations every morning. And that's why our whole academy is based around habits. If you will just decide that you're going to get 0.1% better every day, Monday through Friday, you just tune in with us. Not 10%, not 1%. I said 0.1% of a percent Monday through Friday means that you are improving 0.5% a week, which means you are improving 2% a month, which means you are improving 26% a year. That means you can double your performance, double your output, or double your income every 3.5 years. Repeat after me, millionaires. Say it like you mean it. I am so happy and grateful that money comes to me easily and frequently